Greetings, you brave, true, epic, legendary adventurers. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to Cosmic Gateway Jump number 17. If my calculations are correct, yes, we are back here standing outside before apartment 427. This is perhaps where all the secrets lie. I am, of course, the keeper, the watcher, the protector, the treasurer of the Cosmic Gateway, and indeed your host on these realm jumping adventures. Yes, welcome one, welcome all. I am Solomon Riker. The adventure flows freely and the madness continues. What do we do? Do we run or do we enter the apartment? Maybe we enter to uncover the secrets, and then next time we can return and we can run. Inside
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? What? Oh, it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. There's a mannequin. That's not a good place to put the chair. You could have put it... Okay, this is a very small apartment, but you could have put it here, maybe? Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait, where's the TV? There. So you would have had to put it... Oh, this is weird. You'd have to put it in the kitchen. Okay, never mind. Right, what are we doing?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Oh,
he
thanks.
has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
You see, I'm keeping an eye on this mannequin. This is our wife. This mannequin is our wife. But the thing is, over my years, decades, centuries, millennia of realm jumping, I know about mannequins, and mannequins are not to be trusted. Mannequins and statues, freaky and demonic. But this is our wife. Hello, dear. How was your day? Would you like to watch a movie? We can have a movie marathon. I have popcorn and Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola. I have nachos and hot dogs and pizza. Would you like to rock and roll with me, dear? Right, here we go.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Yeah, praise! Answered, look, watch TV. Come on, dear, let's watch some TV. Keeping an eye on you there.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Where did the TV go? Spend time with the boys? We have children? When were you going to tell me this?
So he went further. He
Oh.
imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I'm sorry, what? Are you telling me that this is us? We are you. Don't tell me that we're you. Don't tell me this voice, you, that has crafted and created this very realm, is us. That we are you. We are one in the same. We belong together as one single entity. What the hell is going on here? Tell your story. Tell the kids your story. This will live on throughout history. It will be seared for all to hear. Everybody will know this story across the lands. It will be written in scripture into stone throughout time and space. Here we go.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
You know what? You are right about that, because I have no idea what the hell is real anymore. It says go to sleep, but do we want to go to sleep? Should we? Maybe we should have run. Maybe we should have run. Holy hell. Time to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Okay, well, we can't push this button. Be at work in the morning. Yeah, no, we're not going to push it. We're not going to push it. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Resist the temptation. We're having a lion today. I mean, our TV's gone, but we can watch stuff on the computer and play video games and whatnot. But I don't know why our TV went. Who would trade a TV for a clock? I mean, you need a clock, of course you do, but you also need a TV. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's not happening. You know what that means? We're going to have to sit here as long as it takes, which may be quite some time, because it's the temptation and it's placed right in front of us, and maybe the only way to advance is to give in to the temptation. But not always. I mean, it depends what the temptation is. It depends what you're after. It depends what you crave. It depends what lies before you and which path you wish to take on your journey. Do we want to be at work in the morning, or do we want to stay here? I mean, we might as well be, because it's a replica of our office. I mean, this might be the only way. I mean, this might be the only way to journey onwards, that we may only have the option to be at work in the morning, that we cannot do anything else, that we cannot journey anywhere else, that we are fixed into a decision, that we have to, it has to be. We don't have a choice. We're not forced into it, but there's nothing else we can do. I mean, I guess in a way we are forced into it, because we are chosen to choose this very path, to choose this very choice, because we are not given any other choice. That's like saying, do you want a drink? We've got coffee. I mean, always coffee, because coffee is delicious and beautiful. I mean, I like other drinks as well, you know. But coffee is always bliss. Coffee is always beautiful, and it is epically delicious. So yeah, but the point is that's like, here's a drink for you. We've got coffee. What would you like? All you can choose. All there'll be is coffee. Press because you wish to be at work in the morning, and that is all we can do. All we can do is be at work in the morning. We cannot do anything else. We cannot go anywhere else. It is not possible. We cannot escape this room. We cannot go to bed. We cannot activate the computer. We cannot climb out of the window. We cannot open any of the drawers. Nothing is possible. The only thing that is possible, the only thing that is true, the only thing that we can do is be at work in the morning. You see, I'm going deep, I'm going heavy. But that is how it is be. Here we go.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Where are we now? Where are we now? Bah, bah, bah. Oh, we are here. We are here.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now,
No.
he would surely catch them. It
No.
was only a matter of time.
No, nobody's following. Nobody's here. There's nobody. Nobody's here. Run. Oh no! We had that. No, it ain't happening. That better be coffee. That better be coffee.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, you know what happens now.
It was okay.
We're going to take that phone call again,
Back to business,
and we are
Stanley
going
took the
to
first open
run.
door on his left.
We are going to run. We are going to get the hell out of there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
If we can escape.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Here we go.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another...
Groovy. We've got it. We're rocking it. We're running. We're gonna run. We can't move yet.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
The sad thing is, it hits really heavy because he's not wrong. I I am a very lonely soul. I have no one, and who would want to commit their life to me? So yeah.
Sorry, but
Oh
you're in
yeah.
my story now.
Sort of a so. Oh, so yeah. Well, you know what happens. You know what happens. It's the only way to do it.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Well, we ain't living through this again. We are not. We ain't. We shall return. I mean,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
what the is that?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, let's sit.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
What is happening? I'm sure the computers weren't like that before.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good,
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Indeed, indeed,
In
indeed.
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
In we go. Yep, yep, yep.
Now pick up the phone.
What happened? Oh!
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Yep.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Now my question is, I feel like we've been here before, so have we been here before? (427B). Yes. Yes, we have been here before. We have. This is very, very familiar. This is where we fall in love with the bucket. This is where. Yes. Yes. This is it.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Maybe, but we are true friends. We love and care and cherish each other. We honour and respect each other. We know what we're doing. We're true friends. We can and we will stay together. Bring hope and joy and love and passion. Take the bucket with me. Yes. Yes. Back home we go.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from, me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket, this stupid hunk of metal.
To be fair, you did introduce us, so, you know.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, shimmer, shine, sparkle, and glow.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
It seems like you're becoming very good friends with this bucket too.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Do you like jazz, bucket, 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 bucket? You went to so much trouble on setting up this
Stanley,
romantic...
give me the bucket.
Oh,
give it to me. Give me
no.
the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Oh dear. Just delete everything. Erase it all. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his
Oh,
shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
All the computers, even the ones that were never on. Oh my. Ooh, what is this code? Look. All of them, even the ones that were never on, have the code. What happens if we turn them all off? What happens? I don't know. Ooh, this is freaky. This is very freaky. Where do we go now? Where do we head? What do we do? Do we take the bucket with us? Or do we journey on alone?
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Of course it's a bucket. Of course it is.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
What else have you got? Have you got anything else other than stickers? What else? What else have you got? Hello? Hello? I wonder if we wait in here, if anything else will unfold, if anything else will happen. But I feel it may not, because as he said, he is out of stickers, so he has nothing else to give us. So I do not think anything else would unfold.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't think we've been down with the bucket, have we?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Well, to be fair, we could have easily
This is the
found
story of a woman named Mariella.
our one true bucket.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Oh,
But on this particular
she's
day,
got the
her walk
bucket.
was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
I mean, I would have loved to see her backflip all the way to work. That would have been epically awesome. I wish we could have seen that. That would have been groovy. Well, what we'll do is we'll leave and set this jump here to rest. We will return for jump number 18. Woo! Cosmic Gateway rocking, wild, firing it up and bringing that twisted, chaotic mayhem so truly. And of course, we will continue to dig down deep and uncover more and more and more and more and more secrets, because that is the way we wish. That is what we want to do. We want to dig down deeper. And I'm trying to think, if we'd taken the escape route with the bucket, gone down underground to the historical Stanley Parable Museum. But if we hadn't, or if we have, we may still return there. I mean, we're definitely going to dig down deep, down, and return to see what things we can shift, we can change, we can uncover, because that is what we truly wish to do. Yes, 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 indeed. Hellfire to the yes! Woo! It's crazy. It's crazy. Truly, truly crazy. Well, thank you kindly for each and every one of you brave, true, epic, legendary warriors for joining us, keeping us company together on this very realm jump through the cosmic gateway. It has been epically amazing, total kick-ass and groovy bliss. Hellfire to the yes. Rock it wild, keep it crazy, and we will be back for jump number 18. And remember, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3,